Hey friends, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel. So this video today is going to be fascinating. I have two of the exact same guitar, but they just have one major difference. These two guitars are both Les Paul style guitars, and one has a regular full thickness body and the other one has a much thinner body. So these are from Latitude guitars, and several weeks ago I did a video review of this guitar right here. Now this is the original one. This has the full thickness body here. This is about 1 7/8 inches thickness. And what's really cool here is that now I have this guitar, okay, and this, like I said, is the exact same guitar, only look at this. Look how thin that is. This body is only about 1.5 inches. So everything else about these two guitars is exactly the same. The only difference is the thickness and then also the weight of the body. I weighed both of these guitars just now, and the original one, the full thickness body, weighs about 8.2 pounds. This one here, the thin one, is about 7.3, so it's almost a full pound lighter than the original one. All of the other specs are the same. They both have 22 stainless steel frets. They both have the roasted mahogany wood in the body and the neck. They both have the same pickups and hardware and scale length. The only difference is in the body. So in this video, aside from checking out this guitar, we have a great opportunity here to do a little experiment, right? Because everything about these two guitars is the same except for the weight and thickness of the body. And what I want to know, and what I think a lot of people want to know, is will we be able to hear a difference between these two guitars? A lot of guitar players talk about the weight of the body, not just in terms of how the guitar balances, but they talk about it as if it is something that has a big effect on the tone of the guitar. And so I really want to put that to the test today. So we'll go through with the exact same amp settings, same pickup position, all of that stuff, and we'll do some A/B testing, and we'll really find out if we can actually hear a difference. Now, a quick look at the specs of this guitar, and keep in mind, again, both of these guitars have the same specs, but it's a 24 3/4 inch scale length like you would expect to find in a Les Paul style guitar. 22 stainless steel frets. These, of course, have these beautiful ball-in rounded frets. Again, it's a mahogany body and mahogany neck. Of course, it's set neck construction. We've got a pair of the Latitude humbuckers, and these are pretty vintage sounding, relatively low output, or maybe low medium output humbuckers. Of course, a 3-way toggle switch and a standard 2-volume, 2-tone control layout down here, and a roller bridge, again, on both of these guitars. A really cool little extra feature there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into the demo so we can hear these guitars. And I want you to make a little prediction ahead of time. Do you think we're going to be able to hear a difference between these two guitars? So for the demo, I'm going to use my Fender GTX 100 amplifier, and I will stay on the same amp settings and just flip back and forth between the two guitars so we can really listen to them closely. We'll get right into the demo, but real quick, guys, if you enjoy videos like this, checking out cool, affordable guitars. Oh, by the way, did I mention these guitars are under $400 each? Yeah, so cool, affordable guitars, and you have not already subscribed to the channel. Please consider subscribing right now. Okay, did you make your prediction? Let's find out if you're right. Okay guys, so that was the new Latitude Les Paul style guitar, and this is of course the new sleek and thin version. So first off guys, could you hear a difference between the two guitars? Now, what was interesting to me is I couldn't really hear a difference on the clean tones and the sort of medium gain tones. I think on the high gain tones, like that Marshall model from the Fender GTX 100 amplifier, on the highest gain setting, I think I actually could hear a very, very slight difference. And I can't really say that it was a good or bad difference. It just did sound a little bit different to me. But as always, I could be crazy. So did you guys hear a difference? Now, if you did, let me know in the comment section below, and which one did you prefer if you heard a difference? So now the tone of the guitar aside, you can definitely feel a difference between these two guitars when you're playing them, and I think it's not so much in the feel of the neck or anything like that, because you know they have the same frets and same neck profile, so the neck feels the same, but the way the guitar feels against you and the way your arm kind of rests on it, that does feel different. And if I'm being totally honest, I think I prefer this one. I think I prefer the thinner one. It feels like the guitar sort of gets out of your way a little bit more, and the guitar moves with you more than the original one, which is thicker and heavier. And that one, you sort of move around the guitar and the guitar kind of stays the same. But this one, it moves with you. Now, I've been thinking about this for a while, and this guitar here, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of an ESP Eclipse, right? Which is ESP's Les Paul style guitar. It's similar in that it has the thinner body. It does not have that full thickness, you know, nearly 2-inch thick body that like an original Gibson Les Paul would have. So if you've played an ESP Eclipse or even like an LTD EC, something like that, this guitar reminds me in terms of the feel of that guitar. This reminds me of that quite a bit. Now, the thing with ordering one of these guitars is, I think the way it works right now is if you go to the listing, there is one listing for both of these guitars. By both, I mean the full thickness body and then the thin version of it. And it just depends on the finish. If you want this sort of silver burst or silver flame top burst finish, that's the one that has the thin body. And so you can select if you want the thick body or the thin body, just depending on which color you choose. So of course I'm going to have a link for that down in the video description below. Now I will also have a link down there for my original video where I checked out that first Les Paul style guitar from Latitude. I'm going to be really curious to see which one of these becomes more popular. This one here, I mean, with the thinner body and the lighter weight, it definitely feels like a more modern guitar. Even though the neck, you know, both necks, they play about the same. This one, just because of the sort of the sleekness of it, it does feel like a more modern design, I guess you could say. But judging from this video, guys, which one do you think you would prefer? Let me know. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be looking forward to talking about this in the comments section down below. Now, in the video description below, I will have a whole bunch of links for everything I was talking about in the video, a link for the guitar, a link for the previous Latitude guitars video, also a link for the Fender GTX 100, that's the amplifier I was using in the demo, and my social media and my latest instructional video. All that stuff will be down there. Guys, thanks a ton for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, checking out these two different guitars, seeing if we could hear the difference between the sound between them. If you did like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon.